Your 2026 English resolution will fail unless you do what I'm about to show you in the next 18 minutes. Today, I'm revealing the exact system that turned 25 million people into habit masters. And by the end, you'll know why you failed before. The one method that makes English automatic. And the story of Maria, who went from zero confidence to fluent in 66 days. Let's go. Okay, here's the truth. January 1st, 2025, you made a promise. This year, I'll become fluent. You downloaded 3 apps, bought 2 books, joined an online class. Week 1? Amazing. You studied every single day. Week 2? Still motivated. Then week 3 hits. Work gets busy. You miss 1 day, then 2 days, then a whole week. February, you've quit. Again. And you think, maybe I'm just not good at languages? Wrong. Last year, I met a woman named Maria from Brazil. She told me, I've tried learning English for 15 years. 15 years. Apps, classes, tutors. Nothing worked. She said, Mark, I'm 42 years old. Maybe it's too late. I told her, Maria, the problem isn't you. It's your system. 3 months later, Maria speaks confidently at her job in English every single day. What changed? Not her brain, not her motivation. Her system changed. And today, I'm giving you that exact system. The problem wasn't your motivation, wasn't your discipline. It was your goal. This is a direct quote from James Clear, the guy who sold 25 million copies of Atomic Habits. You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. Let me say that one more time, because this will change everything. You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. Winners and losers have the same goals. Everyone wants fluency. Everyone wants to speak English, but winners have a system. Losers only have a goal. Maria had a goal for 15 years. But when she got the system, 66 days. That's all it took. So what's the system? What does atomic mean in science? It's the smallest unit of something. And James Clear writes in his book, I'm quoting directly here, habits are the compound interest of self-improvement. Tiny changes create massive results. Here's the math that blew Maria's mind and will blow yours. If you get 1% better at English every single day, you know what happens. In 1 year, you're not 365% better. You're 37 times better. 37 times. Because improvement compounds like money in a bank account. Small deposits grow and grow and grow. When I showed Maria this math, she cried. She said, "You mean I don't need to study 3 hours a day?" No, Maria, you need 1% every day. But here's the real question. What is 1% in English learning? One chunk. So instead of, I will become fluent this year, you say, I will learn one chunk every single day, just one. Maria's day one, how's it going? That's it. That was her entire English practice for day one. 2 minutes, done. Day two, makes sense. Day three, no problem. 30 days, she knew. 30 chunks. 90 days, 90 chunks. And here's what happened. At work, her boss said, Maria, your English is amazing. What changed? Maria told me, Mark, I didn't tell him about the system. I just said, thank you, that sounds good. 2 chunks, that's all. She needed for that moment. This is the system. This is what changes everything. But James Clear teaches something even more powerful. And this is where Maria almost quit. In week 2, most people try to change their actions. But James Clear says, change your identity. First, in Atomic Habits, he writes, I'm quoting directly, the most effective way to change your habits is to focus not on what you want to achieve, but on who you wish to become. Identity comes first. I asked Maria in week 2, when someone asks, do you speak English? What do you say? She said, I'm learning English, or I'm trying, or my English is bad. I said, Maria, that's your identity problem. Your identity controls everything. James Clear writes, every action you take is a vote for the type of person you wish to become. Think about that. Every action is a vote. When you practice one chunk today, you vote for I am an English speaker. When you skip, you vote for I am not an English speaker. Maria looked at me and said, so if I practice today, I'm voting? Yes, Maria, every chunk is a vote. So starting Right now, we're changing your identity. Stop saying, I'm learning English. Start saying, I am an English speaker, even if you only know 10 chunks. Even if you make mistakes. Because James Clear writes in his book, the goal is not to read a book. The goal is to become a reader. The goal is not to run a marathon. The goal is to become a runner. The goal is not to learn English. The goal is to become a speaker. Maria started saying every morning, I am an English speaker, even when she felt like a liar. Even when her brain said, no, you're not. She said it anyway. And you know what? By day 30, she believed it. By day 66, it was true. Identity first, action second, results third. Every chunk you learn is another vote for your new identity. Okay, so how do you build this system? James Clear and scientists discovered something huge. It takes 66 days for a habit to become automatic. Not 21 days. That's a myth. 66 days. And those 66 days have 3 phases. Maria lived through all 3. And I'm going to tell you exactly what she experienced. Days 1 to 22, the destruction phase. This is hard. Your brain fights you. Maria called me on day 8, crying. She said, Mark, I can't do this. I'm too tired. Work is crazy. I forgot my chunk yesterday. I said, Maria, James Clear says in his book, all change is hard at first, messy in the middle, and gorgeous at the end. You're in the hard part. This is normal. Just show up. So days 1 to 22, just show up. Learn your chunk. Practice your chunk. That's it. Don't worry about perfection. Just vote. Maria showed up every day, even when she didn't want to. Every chunk was a vote. Days 23 to 44, the installation phase. This is when Maria called me, excited. She said, Mark, something's happening. I'm remembering chunks automatically. Yesterday, at work, someone asked, can you help me? And I said, no problem. Without thinking. I didn't translate. I didn't panic. It just came out. I said, Maria, your brain is adapting. The habit is installing, like software. You'll notice chunks stick faster, confidence builds, speaking feels natural. But I warned her, Most people quit here. They feel better and think, okay, I'm done. Maria said, not me. I'm going to 66. Days 45 to 66. The integration phase. This is where magic happened for Maria. On day 55, she called me. She was crying again, but this time, happy tears. She said, Mark, today, I had a 10-minute conversation in English with my boss about a project. I didn't prepare, I didn't translate. Chunks just flowed out. He didn't know. I was nervous. He thought, I've always spoken like this. I said, Maria, this is automaticity. The habit is now who you are. You don't think, I should practice. You just are an English speaker. That's when Maria became an English speaker. Day 66. All right, let's make this super practical. Here's your exact system for 2026. The same system Maria used. Step 1. Choose your identity. Right now, say out loud, I am an English speaker. Say it, even if you don't believe it. Yet, I am an English speaker. Maria said this 66 times, once per day. By the end, she believed it. That's your new identity. Step 2. 1 chunk per day. Not 10. Not 20. 1. James Clear writes, when you start a new habit, it should take less than 2 minutes to do. Make it so easy, you can't say no. 1 chunk, 2 minutes, done. Maria's chunks were always under 2 minutes. That's why she never quit. Step 3. Stack your habit. This means attach your new habit to an existing habit. Maria said, after I drink my morning coffee, I practice my chunk for the day. Every morning, coffee, then chunk. The coffee triggered the chunk. After I drink my morning coffee, I will practice 1 chunk. Or, after I brush my teeth, I will practice 1 chunk. The old habit triggers the new habit. Step 4, track your votes. Every chunk is a vote. Maria bought a calendar. Every day she practiced, she put a big X. After 10 days, she had a chain of 10 X's. She told me, Mark, I don't want to break the chain. James Clear says, don't break the chain. Make it as long as possible. That chain became Maria's pride. By day 66, she had 66 X's in a row. She took a photo, sent it to me, said, "This is the most I've ever accomplished." Step 5, commit to 66 days. Not forever, just 66 days. Maria said, "I can do 66 days. Anyone can do 66 days. 66 days, one chunk per day. In 66 days, this becomes automatic. No motivation needed. No discipline required, you just do it." Now, before we practice, I need to say something important. This podcast gives you the basics of atomic habits, but this cannot replace the actual book. No podcast, no video, no summary can replace. Reading Atomic Habits by James Clear. Maria read the entire book during her 66 days. She said, "Mark, this book changed more than my English. It changed my health, my work habits, my relationships, everything." If you're serious about changing, not just English, but your entire life, please buy this book. Read it, study it, apply it to everything. James Clear spent years researching this book, studying thousands of successful people, interviewing scientists, testing these methods. The depth, the stories, the research, it's all there. Honestly, one of the most important books you'll ever read. I want to thank James Clear for writing Atomic Habits. This book changed my life, changed Maria's life, changed how I teach. And today, I hope it changes yours. My recommendation? Get the book. I'm not getting paid for this. No affiliate link, not sponsored. I just genuinely believe this book will transform your journey. Thank you, James Clear, for your incredible work. Okay, let's practice. Maria's first 15 chunks. The exact chunks she learned in her first 15 days. These are votes for your new identity. Chunk 1. How's it going? Maria's Day. One chunk. This means, how are you but natural? Americans say this constantly. Chunk 2. I got you. Day 2. This means I understand, very common, in conversation. Chunk 3. Makes sense. Day 3, this means I understand, and that's logical. Maria used this at work every single day. Chunk 4, no problem. Day 4, this means it's okay, don't worry. Her boss loved hearing this from her. Chunk 5, by the way. Day 5. Use this to change topic or add information. Chunk 6, that's fair. Day 6. This means, and I agree, that's reasonable. Very natural. In meetings. Chunk 7. I'm down. Day 7. This means, yes, I agree, I want to do that. Maria loved this chunk. Chunk 8. Let me know. Day 8. The day. She almost quit. This means, tell me, inform me. Chunk 9. Sounds good. Day 9, this means, yes, I agree, perfect response to almost anything. Chunk 10, take care. Day 10, this means, goodbye, be safe, nice way to end conversations. Chunk 11, I'm on it. Day 11, this means, I'll do it, I'm working on it, very professional. Chunk 12. Got it. Day 12. This means, I understand, quick and confident. Chunk 13. Fair enough. Day 13. This means, okay, I accept that. Maria used this in the negotiations. Chunk Chetrapad Smith. That works. Day 14. This means, that's good. I agree, simple and effective. Chunk 15. I appreciate it. Day 15. Maria's favorite. This means thank you, but more professional, more grateful. There. 15 votes. For your identity. 15 votes. For I am an English speaker. Maria practiced these 15 for 2 weeks. Then she added 15 more. Then 15 more. By day 66, she knew 66 chunks. That's all she needed for daily conversations. Your job? Start with these 15, one per day, for 15 days. Then come back and I'll give you the next 15. Okay, here's what I want from you. I'm starting the 66-day English challenge. Maria did it. Now I want you to do it. Here's how it works. Every day for 66 days, you learn one chunk. Practice that chunk. Use that chunk. And most important, you vote for your identity. And right now, before you close this video, comment Day 1 if you're in. Just 2 words. Day 1. That's your first vote. Your commitment. Maria commented, Day 1 on my video. Last year. 66 days later, she commented, Day 66 done, with a photo of her 66 X's. Now, it's your turn. If you want daily chunks, daily support, daily practice, hit subscribe and the like button. Every chunk I share is a vote for your success. We do this every single day on this channel. Remember, James Clear said, "You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems." Let's build the system together. Listen, I know you've failed before. Maria failed for 15 years. I know you've tried and quit. Maria quit dozens of times. I know you're scared to try again. Maria was 42 and thought, it's too late, but this time is different. This time, you have a system. You have atomic habits. You have the chunk method. You have Maria's story. And most important, you have a new identity. Say it one more time with me. I am an English speaker. Believe it, like Maria finally believed it. Live it every single day. Vote for it with every chunk. 66 days? You'll be it. Thank you for trusting me. Thank you for this journey. Thank you for taking this first step today. And thank you, James Clear, for Atomic Habits, for this system that changed Maria's life and will change yours. I'm Mark from English Flow. Maria is proof this works. Now go vote for your new identity. Day 1 starts now.